Hi there, and welcome to Cisco IINS 2.0, Introducing Networking Security Fundamentals.
Introducing Network Security Fundamentals. Well, it's critical at the outset to make sure that you build a strong foundation of security to protect your corporate resources, the data in storage and the data in transit, as well as critical systems. So we want to find out what our vulnerabilities are, what our risks are, and then find sound strategies to build countermeasures and safeguards to protect those resources. That's what we're going to talk about in this topic.
It's no surprise that our networks are becoming more and more interconnected and the data is flowing more freely on the internet. And not just using, let's say, traditional internet, but also with the advent of more mobility devices and handheld pads and things like that. So it's very important for us to focus on security services, especially from a commercial standpoint, because connectivity is mandatory, but the risks of a connectivity don't outweigh their benefits, so we're going to be using it. So we have to have adequate protection mechanisms for our companies that are doing business in what we would call a relatively open environment. Now, our basic security requirements really come into play with what we call the CIA or the security triad. We have C is confidentiality, I is integrity, and A is availability, system and data availability. So confidentiality is making sure that we're guaranteeing that only authorized users can view the sensitive information. Integrity means that only authorized subjects can modify this sensitive information. Integrity may also guarantee authenticity of data, that it's actually coming from the party that it's supposed to come from, or being received by the party that it's supposed to be receiving it. There's also availability, making sure that you have the guarantee of data and system availability, and that you have uninterrupted access by authorized users to computing resources and data. So we have to think about the CIA triad. Also, we need to be aware of the possible threats that could compromise our security, the risks of those threats, how relevant they are for our organization or our business unit, how much it's going to cost to implement countermeasures, and, is the countermeasure more costly than the value of the asset? We need to think about that. So we do a cost versus benefit analysis to see if it's worthwhile to implement certain security controls.